Good evening, Facebook family. I didn't want to do this story until I got some more info on it. And now that I have the info that I need, I'm going to read something that I put together about this Ocean Gate submarine that has been missing since Sunday at 9:45 a.m. with 5 passengers on it. So let's get started. On Sunday, the Titanic touring submersible sub plunged down in the water at 8 a.m. By 9:45, there was no signal of the sub. It had gone missing. The U.S. Coast Guard says that the data from the Canadian aircraft known as the P-3 Orion is serving as a focal point for its unified search efforts. U.S. Coast Guard on Sunday launched an urgent search for the Ocean Gate Inc. tourist sub carrying 5 passengers. Despite their onboard tank expected to be depleted sometime Thursday morning, one doctor says that they may have more time if the passengers are still alive. He said they could survive another 10 or 20 hours with the air still circulating through their experimental capsule. Also, if they try to remain as calm as possible, which I don't know how they possibly could. When oxygen falls below 10%, those aboard will fall ill with the alarming effects of oxygen deprivation. They will have shortness of breath. Everyone will be panting and will feel undoubtedly a severe headache, which may also cause vomiting. They may lose confidence when the oxygen gets between 6 and 10%. U.S. Coast Guard reported Thursday that the debris field was uncovered by an ROV deployed by the Canadian ship Horizon Arctic, which had reached the seafloor early Thursday. Other than that, there's not much known about the U.S. Coast Guard findings. Experts says the seabed around the Titanic was littered with bits of wreck, which shows telltale signs of its age, including the effects of an iron-eating bacteria. The Coast Guard did detect sounds late Tuesday, then again on Wednesday. Various underwater search efforts were moved to a location of the noise to discover its source, but the Coast Guard said efforts yielded negative results up until news of the debris field. The people on board Titanic include pilot Stockton Rush, the head of Ocean Gate, the company that had developed the submersible. Paul Henry Narguillet, a French underwater wreck expert who has written about the Titanic and visited the wreck a dozen of times. A British entrepreneur, Hamish Harden, and father-son Pakistani nationals Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood. And please excuse me if I mispronounced any of those names. A former passenger of Titan described the vessel as being like in a minivan without seats and said its interior design relies on off-the-shelf parts, including a video game controller for steering. Thoughts and prayers go out to the families. Let's not give up hope on these people. We pray for their safe return. They were said to have been 13,000 feet underwater. And to put that in perspective, there's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So we're talking about over 2.5 miles underwater. The capsule they were in was so small that everybody could not stretch their legs out all at once. It's something that was rotated by the guy that was in there before was saying, the one that said that about the minivan size. It was only 21 feet long. Underwater, there's 6,000 pounds per square inch of pressure. That's enough to snap an entire ship in half because of pressure. The average mammals and fish in the water, the whale, he goes the deepest and he goes only 10,000 feet. That is 13,000 feet. Let's hope the debris that was discovered and found was not that of the Titan submersible. Like I said, the thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family. This is a terrible, tragic event. I can't even imagine being in a capsule that size, being that deep underneath the water, knowing that after 3,000 feet underwater, it becomes pitch dark. And if they couldn't get a signal from them after an hour and a half, does that mean that all the power in that sub was lost? And so I can't imagine. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families and friends. I'm also praying for them. I have not given up hope on these guys. Hopefully they are found. I know it doesn't look very promising, but God is the ultimate authority. Like anything I said in this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment.